So here at White Teeth, we mostly deal with the most efficient, effective way to clean one's mouth. Is it to use a toothbrush every day? Is it to jam a little piece of nylon floss between your gums and check off the little to-do box that you successfully cleaned your teeth this morning? Is that the most efficient way? Might there be something better, more contemporary, that might save us time and work more efficiently? In order to create such a device, we focus on two main benchmarks. That's innovation and design. We have to be innovative if we're going to create a new way that has never been thought of before to clean one's mouth. In order to do that, it's important to think of the most important aspects of our mouth. And really, where are the dirtiest spots and how do we clean those efficiently and effectively? Now, the design is key. A product has to be designed well so that when a patient or any user picks it up, they can appropriately use it in the way that a dentist might even use it. It needs to be the same in everybody's hands. So let's rethink the way we clean our mouth. Why do we do the things that our mom taught us? Why do we scrub our teeth with some bristles every day and every night? Why do we do that? Does it help? Or does it just make us feel better? So today most Americans do this. Brush their teeth in the morning and in the night. Okay? Only about 12% of Americans floss. And less than 12% of Americans will use mouthwash. Okay? So if we think of a tooth, number one addresses food or bad bacteria that might get on the top, front, and back of our teeth, something that we could see. You brush it off there. You feel good because your tooth feels smoother. It doesn't have that food on there anymore. Now, number 2 and 3 deal with food or bacteria that is, quote, hiding, unquote. Okay, it's hiding. It's below the gum line. You can't see it. You can't really even. If it's a piece of steak, you can feel it. But if it's below your gum, if it's in between your teeth, maybe it's small, maybe it's not a piece of steak or beef jerky, you can't feel it at all. Okay, so it seems pretty obvious that the stuff that you can't see is maybe the most important. If you can't see or feel it and it's down under your gum line in between teeth, it can do a whole lot of damage, especially if it's there for weeks, months, years. Right? This is when you start getting into full-fledged gum disease and bone loss. Luckily today we have wonderful research that's been done to show a direct correlation with gum disease and overall health. If you have gum disease, you are 10 times more likely to get diabetes, to have a heart disease, etc., etc., etc. So recently the ADA made a great statement that says cavities most typically occur where the gums and teeth come together. So this is where our innovation begins. We have to create a device that will help us to more efficiently and effectively clean below the gum line, in between teeth. We need to focus there. That needs to be the most important thing that we think about. Not to brush our teeth with bristles. No, not to do that at all. Because it's not the most important thing. It's not the source of the problem. So here's a diagram to show what happens when you have food caught below the gums where you can't see or feel it over the course of time. You lose your tooth, and if you notice, right under the red portion of the gum, the bone is actually starting to deteriorate and go away, and then you eventually lose the tooth. And I see this all day. Patients will have to have their teeth removed, and they'll say it's never hurt them, ever. So why do I have to lose my tooth? Why am I getting my tooth taken out today when it's never hurt me? It's because food's been caught under there. They've never felt it, never cleaned it, and you lose bone and you lose teeth that way. So I wanted to sort of look at the history and see where do we begin? Who started to think that we need to clean our mouth, and how did they start to go about it? Well, in 1610 AD, down in Southeast Asia, they used what's called a miwok. It's a stick, and they found that if they would soak it in water, these little bristles would separate, and they could chew on it. They could chew on it. They could use to brush the food off of their mouth, and they actually had great success with this. Muhammad, he loved this, and it was actually part of his rituals. He invited his followers to do it when they prayed. They prayed 6 times a day. They used this thing 6 times a day, and they ended up having um, good oral health because of it. The miwok inherent in its stick actually has an antibacterial agent to it. So you have a chemical cleaning and the mechanical cleaning of scrubbing your teeth with these bristles. Pretty sophisticated for 610. Nowadays, there's actually been research to show that the miwok in many cases can be more efficient with cleaning our teeth than a simple toothbrush can. So why? I propose this question to you. Why are we doing the same thing that we did 1400 years ago? This is the 21st century, and we're sitting in the exact same spot. We've created these rituals or these habits that our mom and our grandma taught us to do. Don't forget to brush your teeth 2 times a day. Just sit there and scrub the heck out of those teeth. A lot of times you'll make your gums recede because you're brushing so hard. Um, so this is a huge problem. There's no doubt there's tons of research done to show flossing your teeth can effectively mechanically remove bacteria between the teeth. Now, the problem comes in, can you use the floss effectively? Right? It's not about just jamming it between your teeth. I've seen a lot of patients that have destroyed their gums because they get so vigorous with their flosser they can actually destroy your gums. Um, it really isn't a forceful thing, it's more of a finesse thing. You can think of it as sort of polishing your car. You get the floss down in there and you should lightly, with a slight amount of strength, sort of polish the teeth with the flosser, not force at all. Um, Most patients don't use floss correctly. End of story. We can show a little video here of people interviewed throughout the United States. Just ask on a daily basis, how do you clean your teeth? And the most will show that they just brush their teeth, they hardly ever floss, and they maybe mouthwash every once in a while, hoping for a fresher breath. Um, so what if we could create a device that has an easy to use design that when you pick it up, it feels good in your hand. It's easy to use, and not only is it easy to use, but it's easy to use correctly, or how the dentist would use it if it were in his or her hands. What if we could create a device that's more efficient? More efficient. The time that you spend actually cleaning your teeth, what if it was more efficient? What if we could create a device that's scientifically sound? It's scientifically proven to clean more bacteria from off around the root and tooth surface that's below the gums. After the slide, I thought it would be cool if we could show an image of what we've come up with that would fit this criteria. That's it.